I think God's taking people that are on the back bench and putting them on the front bench, putting them in the big game, taking people from obscurity and putting them on the field. And I think he's sending us to the places where there's a great door of opportunity, but a lot of adversaries. And San Francisco is a place which needs mercy, not judgment. And that's the reason why it is such a capital, I think, for it always has been for the homosexual movement.
That is evangelical leader Lance Wallnau, who is about to say even crazier stuff, even harder to follow things. You will not be able to follow it, yet he says it with such conviction. In a moment in this video, I will show you how he had to eat his words after the Super Bowl then did happen, and did so in the most ridiculous way possible. But first, more of his thoughts about the homosexual movement in San Francisco and how this is about to tie into his Super Bowl picks.
It always has been for the homosexual movement.
Oh, and by the way, he's not some fringe dude. He has over 1 million devout followers online for his organization, across social media. So here's what he is spouting to them about how somehow the Super Bowl is controlled by God and is also tying in homosexuals and numbers. And go ahead, Lance.
Because its redemptive gift in San Francisco is mercy. And mercy can be taken advantage of unless it's understood. So it's a mercy city. And I think God's having mercy on America. Now the question is if I'm correct.
Hot tip, you're not going to be correct.
How many points will they win by? Because people don't expect them to win. My son doesn't feel confident that they're going to win San Francisco.
How come? Does God hate your son and sends different messages to your son than he does to you? But go ahead.
So if it's 3 points, that's close. But I'm thinking I don't like the 3. 3 number's not good because the arrows smite 3 times. It means a lack of resolve. We can't have another lack of resolve. If Trump is getting back into office miraculously, we cannot just love tap 3 times. We have to really be resolved that something big is going to happen. Now, think about this.
Now, let me make up some more and tell it directly to my followers as though my complete guesses that are obviously guesses have some tie to God. Continue.
7 would be a good spread for a point spread. 7 mountains. I mean, I am being accused of being a dominionist all the time. Let's just believe God's going to do something in all 7.
His big thing is teaching how we need to connect to God in all 7 mountains of culture. So he says 7. 7 mountains, but you made up the 7 mountains thing, and you're making up the 7 point spread thing. So this is descending further into chaos.
5 is mercy. So I'm going to say 7.
I'm going to say 7. Although, let me instantly retract my prediction, and then...
That's a lot of strikes of the arrows. So, could be 4 years. 4 years of mercy with Trump.
Could be 4. Could be any number if you're just randomly saying numbers. Then the Super Bowl happened, and what did this complete grifter, fake spiritual leader, fake religious voice of supposed reason do after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl? Well, he did this very embarrassing retraction.
3rd year they won, and they won at a stadium, Vegas. Guess what the stadium address is? 3333. 4 3s. So it's
everything I say is total bullshit.
And they won it in a stadium which is 3333 Al Davis Parkway, Alliance Stadium, Las Vegas.
Yes, except it's not Alliance Stadium. It's Allegiant Stadium, which are different words. But I'm sure you'll make some BS up about Alliance in just a moment, aren't you?
This is the 3rd win for the Chiefs, with 333 yards taken in the game. Done at the address, 3333 Alliance Stadium. I think maybe God is saying there needs to be an alliance.
You see, it's Alliance Stadium, so God, I think, is saying there needs to be an alliance. And the stadium's called what? Allegiant Stadium. God is saying there needs to be an allegiance. We need to pledge allegiance to my complete made-up what I believe God wants.
Maybe it's 3 streams.
Of P? Well, 3 streams of what?
Maybe it's a 3-fold cord that isn't quickly broken, but the number 3 is so pregnant on this event.
Maybe it's the 3 streams of total that you are spewing because you are embarrassed about the stuff you said earlier that was embarrassing. You're doubling down by being even more embarrassing. Is that possible? It is. It's what's happening. But this won't affect anybody because people who follow these false prophets and these false leaders and these people who portend and pretend to know everything and be connected to God, who never know anything and are not connected to any sort of God, because God doesn't speak to people. But if he did speak to people, he certainly wouldn't speak to idiots who like to try to tie in the Super Bowl to somehow his teachings and what he wants for the world. But at least Lance Wallnau did not go so far as to say something even extra next level stupid like this.
Christianity under attack all over the globe as we're seeing a crackdown on Catholic churches in Nicaragua. Back here at home, the left has declared open season on people of faith as well. In the culture war last night, Americans witnessed what some are dubbing the satanic Super Bowl, including this moment where someone called Ice Spice, who was hanging out with leftist icon Taylor Swift, made what some call satanic hand gestures while she donned a upside-down cross. The moment was sent out on the NFL's official X account. We reached out to the NFL for comment. We've not heard back.
Because you're a joke of a person with strange pauses when you speak, and you speak total garbage to fill your garbage show. Ice Spice is a very popular rapper, and you don't get to hang out next to Taylor Swift if you're not a very popular performer. And why is everything that people that are too uncool to understand anything modern or current assume it's always satanic gestures? It's just cool hand gestures that are current and popular at the moment that you don't know what they are, Chris Salcedo from Newsmax.
Satanic hand gestures.
We'll never have any sort of career in legitimate news because you cover stories like that. It's a culture war because you declare it is, because that's the way you justify your existence. These people, man. Here's my satanic hand signals encouraging you to follow me on Instagram at Ben Gleib for lots more of this and other stuff, including stand-up comedy clips. Okay, bye.